Welcome to Sports Guy Talking. I am Dustin Tran, your host, as I am here today to talk about the Jaguars having the chance to win the AFC South division with a win over the Titans this upcoming Saturday. The Jaguars are actually having a primetime game in Week 18 with the chance to host a playoff game. Trevor Lawrence has grown into a top-level quarterback in the second half of this season. The emergence of Trevor Lawrence has been awesome to see. Before I say anything else, though, I want to present you guys with the topic question. So, here it is. Who will win the Week 18 matchup between the Titans and the Jaguars? And my prediction for that is that the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to go ahead and win this game. And I don't even think it's going to be that close. Why do I say that? Because I look at the Titans situation and I look at the Jaguars situation. When you look at the Tennessee Titans, the Titans are on a 6-game losing streak. They are the most injured team in the NFL. Their starting quarterback is out. They benched their backup quarterback. Now they're on their third-string quarterback. Speaking of which, their third-string quarterback wasn't even with them for most of the year. He's only been here for a few weeks. So a guy like Josh Dobbs, do we really expect Josh Dobbs to step in and perform for the Tennessee Titans and expect to force the upset? No, he's not going to go ahead and do that. Now, I want to give Josh Dobbs his props because Josh Dobbs, he's a hard worker. He knows how to grind it out, and he knows how to work really hard at his job. But let's be honest, he's not really a good passer compared to someone like Trevor Lawrence. Now, look, I understand that Malik Willis, he isn't really much of a passer either. In fact, he's more of a runner, more so than a thrower, if we're being quite honest with ourselves. But when you look at Malik Willis, I mean, at least the guy's electric as a runner. Josh Dobbs, on the other hand, he could run a bit, but he's not really electric. He doesn't really scare defenses with his legs. Someone like Malik Willis, that scares defenses because we know that Malik Willis, he can run the football. Now, as much of a thrower as he could be, he's not really much of a thrower. He doesn't really throw for over 100 yards. 99 yards is his career high in passing yards. But we all knew that Malik Willis was going to be a project coming out of Liberty. When he was a third-round pick, and I'll say this, just for the record, I thought Malik Willis was going to be the best quarterback from this draft class, but I didn't think that he was going to be an immediate contributor for the Tennessee Titans. I thought that it was going to take time and that he was going to be a project. But it seems to me that the Tennessee Titans, they are bailing on the Malik Willis project because they seem to believe that they have a better chance to win a primetime game with a guy off the street that doesn't really have much NFL experience compared to Malik Willis, who's still young, who's only started in 3 NFL games. They seem to be bailing on the project. So when you look at the Tennessee Titans, they are a mess. I know they got a very good coach in Mike Vrabel, but you know what? The Jacksonville Jaguars, they also have a very good coach in Doug Peterson, and that's about one of the only good things that the Tennessee Titans have right now. I mean, of course, they always have Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry, he's one of the best running backs in the NFL right now. But it takes more than a running back in order to win a ball game. Just look at my Carolina Panthers. When Christian McCaffrey was being a superstar for the Carolina Panthers, didn't really lead to much of anything. That's what I'm trying to say about the Tennessee Titans with Derrick Henry. Now, when you look at the Jacksonville Jaguars, you think about how they've won 5 out of their last 6 games. You think about the fact that they're on a 4-game winning streak. You think about the fact that they are red hot. And you think about the fact that Doug Peterson teams typically tend to play strong in December and January. This is a well-coached football team. And let's talk about their quarterback, Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence, to me, is a generational talent that is living up to his draft status. And honestly, I think that he's living it up so much that he has now become an underrated quarterback in the NFL. When you think about elite quarterbacks, this guy named Trevor Lawrence is not talked about nearly enough. When you think about Trevor Lawrence, you think about his ability to play make. You think about his accuracy down the field. You think about his arm strength. You think about his abilities to run. You think about how his body is really good compared to other quarterbacks. Think about how he's 6'6". Think about how he has a thick frame. And I know that he's coming off the toe injury. I know he's not 100%, but trust me, Trevor Lawrence at 80% is better than Josh Dobbs. Let's just get that out of the way. And let's not act as if Trevor Lawrence doesn't have somewhat of a supporting cast around him. Now, is the supporting cast awesome? No, but it's pretty good. It's not bad right now, or at least he's making it look pretty good. You look at Travis Etienne, one of the better running backs in the National Football League. He just rushed for over 1,000 yards. Travis Etienne has slowly developed into a star. You think about how Trevor Lawrence is getting the most out of guys like Christian Kirk, Zay Jones, Marvin Jones, Evan Ingram. You think about how the defense of Jacksonville has stepped up as of late. You think about the turnovers that the Jaguars have been forcing. Man, imagine if the Jaguars had picked Aiden Hutchinson with the first pick instead of going with Travon Walker. Had they went with Aiden Hutchinson with the first pick, they would have been set on defense for the next decade. Could you imagine how strong the Jacksonville Jaguars would have been if they'd taken Aiden Hutchinson with the first pick? But that's neither here nor there. You think about the fact that Trevor Lawrence has been one of the best quarterbacks in football over the last 2 months in the NFL. You think about the fact that he can throw the ball down the field, and I think that he's going to exploit this Titans secondary because this Titans secondary is very suspect. They're not very good at stopping the pass. Sure, they might force some turnovers here and there, but for the most part, they haven't been consistent whatsoever. They get burned easily by the pass. That means Trevor Lawrence is going to have some opportunities to throw the ball down the field, which I think he's going to do very effectively. How do I think Trevor Lawrence is going to perform? I think Trevor Lawrence is going to perform at a very high level. When I look at Trevor Lawrence, I think that he's going to be throwing about 25, 30 passes. I don't think they're going to throw it too much because I think the Jaguars, they're going to be up by a lot throughout this game. I think they'll be in control throughout. But I think Trevor Lawrence is going to complete over 70% of his passes. I think he's going to throw for over 200 yards, so about 225, 230, somewhere around that area. And he's going to throw 2 passing touchdowns. He's actually going to avoid the turnover bug. I actually think that he'll be able to avoid that. Trevor Lawrence is a good quarterback. He's going to learn not to turn over the football, because that's what Trevor Lawrence does. He always tries to learn how to get better. He doesn't settle being good. He wants to be great. I see the want in him. I see the will in him. And I see him being able to make plays happen. And I think the Jacksonville Jaguars, for 60 minutes of this game, I think they're going to control the line of scrimmage. I think they're going to outrush the Titans. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to take advantage of the opportunities that he will have to throw the ball downfield. And I think Josh Dobbs, although he'll try his best, I don't think he's going to play all that good because that Jaguars defense, they're getting better and better each and every week. And let's be honest, Josh Dobbs, he's a third-string quarterback for a reason. Albeit, I do think Josh Dobbs is pretty good for a third-string quarterback, but let's keep it real. That Jaguars defense is going to stuff up Josh Dobbs. And as for Derrick Henry, I don't think he's going to have much of an impact because Derrick Henry, he's the kind of guy where you need to give him the ball 20, 25, 30 times in order for his impact to be fully felt. You need to give him the ball repeatedly, and that means you need to be up in the game. But I think the Jaguars, they're going to take an early lead. They're going to make sure Derrick Henry is going to be a non-factor, and they're going to have to make Josh Dobbs throw the ball 35, 40 times. If that happens, the Titans got no shot whatsoever. There's really only one formula where I see the Tennessee Titans being able to win this game. That's being able to run the ball with Derrick Henry and playing strong defense. I don't see either of those factors happening for the Tennessee Titans. That means the Jacksonville Jaguars are going to go ahead and blow them out of the water. I got the Jacksonville Jaguars winning this game 30-13. I think Trevor Lawrence is going to take complete command and control of this game. I think Travis Etienne is going to do a good job running the football for the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think someone like Evan Ingram, he's going to have a big game for the Jaguars. He's their tight end. He's going to make plays happen. And I think the Tennessee Titans, their O-line is going to be suspect, and they're going to be able, the Jacksonville Jaguars says, they're going to be able to get pressure on Josh Dobbs repeatedly. So that's why I got the Jaguars winning this game by 17, as the Jaguars will go ahead and clinch the AFC South division, and they'll also be able to host a playoff game. So congrats to the Jacksonville Jaguars. And that is why Trevor Lawrence will lead the Jaguars into a victory against the Titans in order to win the AFC South. Remember, go ahead and subscribe to Sports Guy Talking. Like the video and please comment down below. If you guys do that, I may shout you guys out in my Instagram story every Monday. That'll be for the @DustinTran Instagram account. Make sure to follow me on Instagram @DustinTran and @Sports Guy Talking. Also, go follow me on Twitter @DustinTran. Again, go ahead and do those things that I just told you guys to go do. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the content that was just produced. Peace out. I hope you enjoyed that video. Want more Sports Guy Talking, the home of great sports content? Make sure you click that subscribe button to get the latest from Sports Guy Talking. Go ahead and like the video. Comment down below. Check the description box on the video in order to follow my Instagram and Twitter. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from the YouTube channel, Sports Guy Talking.